Hello, everyone. My name is Simin Masihi. I'm a doctoral candidate from the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department at Western Michigan University. First, my co-authors and I would like to thank the award committee for shortlisting our paper for the FLEPS 2022 award. We are so excited for this great opportunity, and I'm very glad to present our work to the award committee today, which is titled a Smart Wearable Oximeter Insole for Monitoring SpO2 levels of diabetics food ulcer. Diabetes is a global concern affecting more than 1 in 10 Americans. Anyone with diabetes can develop food ulcers. Every 1.2 seconds, a diabetic patient in the world develops a foot ulcer, and every 20 seconds, a diabetic patient in the world has an amputation. However, the treatment cost and the number of undesired amputations can be effectively avoided if early diagnosis and treatment is available. Oxygen is a critical element in healing the wounds, and continuous monitoring of arterial oxygen saturation, which is called SpO2, can play a significant role in wound treatment in diabetic patients. In this work, we proposed an at-home treatment for diabetic patients using a smart shoe insole for monitoring the blood flow on the foot in order to measure the saturated oxygen of the ulcer area. In addition, as the next phase of our study, heat therapy and special electrodes will be used that can apply electrical stimulation around the wound. This heat therapy and electrical stimulation increase the blood flow and consequently provides more oxygen supply for the ulcer's tissue. The shoe insole has integrated into a wearable boot, and a smartphone application is also developed for continuously monitoring the SpO2 levels at the foot, which makes this wound therapy accessible to many people living in remote and rural areas. In this work, we have used optical sensors for measuring the pulse and oxygen level. Hemoglobin, which is a red protein in our body, is responsible for transporting oxygen in our body. The basic principle of oximetry is based on the fact that the blood loaded with oxygen and the blood lacking oxygen absorb different amounts of light at different wavelengths. The oximeter uses an electronic processor with a pair of LEDs and photodiodes that can measure the amount of the light absorbed by the blood vessels and form our PPG signal. The AC and DC amplitude of our PPG signal represent the level of our saturated oxygen level with a parameter called R ratio. The R parameter was calculated for two different wavelengths for red and infrared in our work. Finally, after performing a calibration process on equation 2, the saturated oxygen or SpO2 was calculated using equation 3. In this slide on the left, you can see the wearable shoe insole with the 2 layers of foam, and which the bottom layer was used for accommodating the PPG sensors, and the top layer was used for providing a comfortable contact to the user, and also it was including the printed electrodes for applying the electrical stimulation to increase the oxygen supply to the wound if the measured SpO2 level is below the acceptable range. The insole is positioned in a boat, and the smartphone application is being used for real-time monitoring of and data acquisition. 15 healthy subjects were tested for this study, and R ratio and the SpO2 levels were estimated by employing the algorithm defined in the previous slide using MATLAB program. Measurements were performed on both finger and toe, and were compared with the reference fingertip oximeter. As you can see, the graphs on the right show that the insole oximeter has been able to successfully estimate the R ratio and the SpO2 levels at the toe, and a small average error of 2.8% was calculated when compared to the reference oximeter. Our future work includes increasing the blood flow and oxygen delivery to the ulcer's tissue by employing printed electrodes that can deliver electrical stimulation to the foot. And we expect that the combination of electrical stimulation, heat therapy, and SpO2 measurement around the wound, can provide early treatment and remote monitoring of diabetic foot ulcers. Thank you very much for your attention, and please let me know if you have any questions.